Hello, this is Emily, and today I'd like to share with you NTU Park and how it changed over the years. So, what is NTU Park? You might be a little bit confused, but if you think about it, you'll probably realize that I'm referring to all the children that you can find here at NTU. If you come here on weekends, you will find that the campus is filled with little children and families. As an NTU student, you might not be that happy about it, especially because of the pandemic, where all the courses were moved online, but all these families and little kids were still allowed into the campus, which was kind of unfair for most students. But I think before the pandemic, most people had no problems with people coming into the school. And I think students also showed a lot more hospitality towards these families and children. So let us for a second forget that the pandemic exists, and let me tell you about the children of NTU. For me personally, NTU is the place that connects my past and my present. I am an NTU student right now, and I literally grew up in NTU. When I was little, I'd always come here on weekends and play in front of the main library. We'd also get lunch at the Student Activity Center, and we would also get waffles for snacks. I really love the waffles and back then, and I still really love them today. One thing we also really loved to do was to collect seeds from the flowers in NTU so that we could bring them home, plant them in our little pots so that we would have our very own flower pots. I also really liked watching the ducks and the birds and also the turtles at the NTU pond. I also really loved the water fountain. We would always sprint through the fountain and try not to get wet. So now let me share with you how it changed over the years. This is the social science building. This is the chemical engineering building. These are all buildings that never existed when I was little. I still remember that all these places were all giant grass fields back then, but then the grass was removed and the buildings were constructed. I still remember the social science building best, so the street never existed, and where the building stood back then was a giant field of grass. And every year on New Year's Eve, my family would sit there and we would watch the fireworks together. I also remember the NTU farm. Well, it had giant fields of flowers where we really loved to go on weekends. And this is one flower that I especially liked. But now when I went there today, it was nothing but wasteland. It's like no one takes care of it anymore, which is just really sad. So as I said, NTU is the place that connects my childhood and my college life. But for me, it is also a place where buildings gradually replace trees, and where flower fields just gradually disappear, and where children are getting chased away. I think this is really sad, and I hope this changes someday. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this today. Bye!